is it not? It's empty, as you might be able to tell. I loaded it on Sunday, and it's kind of late in the week, so it's run out. But we're going to reload it here in a second and see how it does. This is the first successful lever gun, I guess you could say. Not the very first attempt at it, but the first one that was produced, sold, shot, and used, even in the Civil War. And you recognize it, most of you probably. What a beauty. This is a Uberti reproduction, very accurate, reproduction of that thing. An original fire is a rimfire 44, and they sell for around 50,000. So I doubt that you're going to see too many of those in YouTube videos, people shooting them. We are going to actually fire this one. So to load it is very unusual. For a big old lever gun, you pull up this little tab, put that over, that opens up the tube. Now that looks pretty cool, but it does have some disadvantages. As we slide some cartridges in here, I'll talk about a little bit of that. You want to be careful not to have too much of an angle and have your rounds slamming against each other. That's not good. Even though these are flat nosed, that's not good because they're heavy. And you could have a mishap if you're slamming those rounds into each other. And also, when you release the tab, which I'll do in a second, you want to be careful about that and not let it slam into the rounds either. Okay, you pull that back over. Of course, it's not going to happen when it's full, but that's how you load it. And of course, you can see the rounds. Pretty cool. However, there's some disadvantages to that, right? Because you could get dirt in there, dust and fouling and everything, and you could mess up the works pretty easily. But this was the first real attempt at it. Let's take a couple of shots with it. All right. This is 45 long Colt, okay? We couldn't find any 44 Henry rimfire, or we would have bought some, maybe some bulk packs of it. And if you tell anybody I missed that 2-liter there, I will never forgive you. But that's what I just did. I don't know how that happened. Oh, stranger things have happened. All right. Pretty cool. Yeah. Oh man. Notice the tab is coming down as the rounds are being expended right into my hand. So I'm going to move my hand in front of it and take a couple more shots. Oh, there's a flower pot. There was a flower pot. Oh, there's a can. Woo! I'm not sure what that was. Whatever it was, it's not any longer. Oh, there's another pot. There's a cowboy. That's appropriate, isn't it? So you see that tab comes all the way down now. And like I was saying, you wouldn't want to reload it. Say you're just going to load 4 or 5 rounds or something. Let that thing fly, because look at that. That might not be good if you slam that into those rounds. Okay, so that's just something to be aware of in terms of safety with these firearms. As I was saying, you wouldn't want to, okay, it's time to load it. You wouldn't want to do this. Put it on your, people have done it, I'm sure. Put it down on your foot, and drop rounds in. That would be the natural inclination, but not the best practice at all. Okay, it's just not what you would do. It's a lever gun, obviously. And it's pretty much traditional, isn't it? It looks like most of the lever guns that you've seen in terms of how the lever works. Cocks the firearm, you pull the trigger. When you lever it, brings another round up, puts it in the chamber and everything. Except the one big difference is this was one of the very first ones. I've shared some of that with you, but the Volcanic Arms Company, which was in existence back in the 50s, mid-50s, was making well, actually, I think, yeah, got my little cheat sheet. The little pistol I've shown before called the Volcanic pistol, and you notice it looks similar to this in the action because it's kind of the great-grandfather, you could say, of the Henry, and that's a product of the Volcanic Arms Company. In fact, Smith & Wesson, Horace Smith and Daniel Wesson worked on that. They borrowed and bought some patents that dated back to what, 5, 6, 7 years earlier.